All right, let's talk about something that's probably on your mind a lot. How do you truly support a partner who's struggling with obsessive compulsive disorder? If you're watching this, you're likely searching for ways to help the person you love, but you might also feel like you're getting lost in the struggle yourself. So let's dive right in. First things first, it is so important to acknowledge just how tough the spot you're in really is. Loving someone with OCD can feel incredibly isolating. It can be completely exhausting. But I need you to hear this. You are not alone in feeling this way. And this feeling, this sense of being trapped right alongside them, it's so common. It really does feel like you're trying to throw them a lifeline, but the current is so strong, it feels like it's pulling both of you under. And that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? How can you actually lend a hand in a way that helps without accidentally feeding the very thing you're trying to fight? We're going to break that all down. What OCD really is, why your best intentions might be backfiring, and what real effective support actually looks like. Okay, so to be an effective ally, we first have to get a handle on what's truly going on inside your partner's brain. And just to be clear, this has nothing to do with a lack of willpower. This is all about neurobiology. This right here is maybe the most crucial thing to understand. OCD is a medical condition. We can actually see it in brain scans. Your partner isn't choosing to have these thoughts or do these behaviors any more than someone would choose to have allergies or asthma. It's not a character flaw. So this 5-step loop you see here, that's the engine that drives OCD. It all starts with a trigger. That trigger sparks an obsession. You know, one of those sticky, unwanted thoughts that causes a huge spike in anxiety. The compulsion, that ritual, is just a desperate attempt to make that anxiety go away. And here's the kicker. For a brief moment, it works. It provides relief. And because it works, the brain learns, hey, let's do that again, which makes the whole cycle stronger next time. This is a really important distinction to make. An intrusive thought, say about harming someone they love, is terrifying to your partner precisely because they are a kind, loving person. The disgust and the fear they feel, that's the proof. These thoughts are not secret desires, they are the exact opposite of who they are. They represent their biggest fears. All right, now we're going to get into what is probably the most counterintuitive and frankly the hardest part of all this. How our natural instinct to help can actually become part of the problem. Okay, I want you to really let this sink in because it might be the single most important and difficult concept to wrap your head around. Every time your partner asks, are you sure the stove is off? Or do you promise nothing bad will happen? Their OCD is begging for fuel, and reassurance is that fuel. This quote just nails it. It's the perfect analogy. When you give that reassurance, yes, honey, I'm positive. Of course, everything is okay. You're giving the screaming toddler exactly what it wants. You get some peace and quiet for a minute, sure, but you've just taught the OCD that its tactic works. You've guaranteed that the tantrum will happen again. Do any of these look familiar? Yeah, I thought they might. These are what we call accommodations or safety behaviors. They come from a really good place, from a place of love. You just want to ease their pain. But every single one of these actions, without us realizing it, actually strengthens the OCD cycle. It validates the fear and reinforces that the compulsion is necessary. So if giving reassurance is the problem, then what in the world is the solution? It probably feels like you're being asked to just stand by and watch the person you love suffer. But that's not it at all. It's about learning how to help them fight back in a totally new and much more effective way, using approaches that are clinically proven to work. The gold standard for OCD treatment is called ERP. It stands for Exposure and Response Prevention. Now, it sounds a little intimidating, but the concept is pretty straightforward. It's about helping your partner gradually and safely face their fears. That's the exposure part, while resisting the urge to do the compulsion. That's the response prevention part. Over time, this literally retrains the brain to understand that it can handle the anxiety without the ritual. And a therapy that works beautifully with ERP is called ACT, or Acceptance and Commitment Therapy. This gives your partner a powerful new mindset. The goal here isn't to get rid of the anxiety or to eliminate the thoughts. The goal is to learn how to let those thoughts and feelings just be there, like clouds passing in the sky, while you both get on with the business of living a life that you value. Now, this chart really just flips the whole script on what we think recovery looks like. The myth is that you have to fight your thoughts, that you have to distract yourself, that the goal is to never feel anxious again. But the truth is that fighting your thoughts is like wrestling with a tar baby. The more you struggle, the stickier it gets. The real goal is to learn to drop the rope in that tug of war, to accept the discomfort, and to show your brain that you can handle it. So, all of this is leading up to your new role in this journey. You're going to shift from being an unknowing participant in the OCD's game to being a compassionate, supportive coach on your partner's recovery team. So, what does this actually look like day to day? Well, here's your new 4-step game plan. Step 1, validate the feeling, not the fear. Instead of, don't be scared, try, I can see that you're really scared right now and I'm here for you. Step 2, and this is the toughest one, gently refuse to participate. Lovingly say, I know how hard this is for you, but I don't think giving you reassurance is going to help us beat this thing. Step 3 is to shift the focus back to what you both actually value. And step 4, this one's huge, celebrate every single effort, not just the successes. Setbacks will happen, that's part of the process. And this quote from Russ Harris, an expert in ACT, just says it all. Refusing to check the log for the 10th time, it might not feel very loving in that moment. In fact, it might feel awful for both of you. But it is one of the most profound actions of love you can take. You're choosing the long-term health of your partner and your relationship over a moment of short-term relief. So ultimately, this is the question that can guide you both forward. Every time you lovingly refuse to play OCD's game, you are not abandoning your partner. You are helping them take their power back. You're helping to break that cycle. And you're opening up space for a life that's defined not by fear, but by the love and the values you share together. Thank you so much for watching.